Are Guitar Gear demos a scam? Hey everybody, Jace Allen here. Welcome back to the channel. So the word scam gets thrown around a lot on YouTube when it comes to all kinds of things. I mean, the word scam is almost sure to grab people's attention when you're talking about the title of your video. But I think it's kind of misused a little bit lately. One example is the James Cordy video about the JHS pedals. Our pedal company's ripping us off or ripping people off. He didn't really use the word scam in his title, but pretty much the same thing. Ripping people off, scam, you know, taking advantage of people, whatever. Sort of that heightened sense of, you know, emergency. I don't even know how to explain it, but there's been some good videos explaining why these sort of clickbait style titles get people's attention, because it has to do with, it's a negative thing. It kind of activates your fight or flight response, and you want to see, oh, he's talking about a scam. I got to find out what this scam is so that I can be sure to avoid it. But I think that especially in the sort of the guitar community on YouTube, that word is kind of tossed around a little too casually. And I think James Cordy found out sort of the hard way, because Josh Scott from JHS Pedals, of course, addressed John's video with another video, which prompted John to create an apology video. And if you look at the comments on John's original video, some of them are pretty scathing. They're really criticizing John for what he was saying. And so I came across another video just a couple days ago that's basically saying, and it didn't ask the question, I mean, at least John Cordy's title in the sort of the topic of his video was a question: are, you know, pedal companies ripping us off? Question mark. So I mean, that's basically saying I'm going to address or talk about this particular issue. Doesn't necessarily mean I hold an opinion one way or the other about whether I think they're ripping us off or not. But the title of this particular video was basically, hey, there's a scam going on with Guitar Gear demos. And the scam in question that this YouTuber said was going on was that basically we're getting gear, specifically pedals, and we're talking about how great they are, and we're demoing them and, you know, showing you everything, and then we just turn around and sell them to make money on them, and then that's dishonest. But really, here's how things work on YouTube when it comes to sponsorships and paid promotions. A company will approach you and ask you if you want to demo one of their products. And it is up to you whether you want to do this or not. In this particular video, this YouTuber also says that the companies, you know, that are presenting the sponsorship to us tell us what to say, that we're not free to, you know, give an honest review or to give our opinion, that, you know, these companies are telling us what to say. And as somebody that's been doing this for going on 3 years, about 3 years, really heavily for the last couple of years, I don't have a ton of sponsorships, but the few that I have been involved with, and also watching just a ton of reviews, and you know, the reviewers are pretty transparent with, you know, how they go about doing a review. I can honestly say that this YouTuber is way off the mark as far as what they are claiming. So let me just kind of give you an example of how things go in my experience. In order to, you know, if you are making a sponsored video or a video with a paid promotion, you are required, and And YouTube, you know, I mean, it's a self-regulated thing. You have to check a box that says this video contains paid promotion, you know, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm pretty sure there are some laws in this country that, you know, require people making reviews or making claims or doing commercials and things like that, I mean, you see the disclaimer all the time on ads on TV and everything, that you have to disclose whether or not you're being paid to say or to review a particular product. In fact, here are a couple valuable resources on the subject itself. One is this video here called Breaking Down YouTube and the FTC's Disclosure Rules for YouTube from the channel Just the Watch. Check that out. It's got some really good information in it. Another great resource is the Federal Trade Commission's website. This is a government organization. They go on to write, suppose you meet someone who tells you about a great new product. The person says it performs wonderfully and offers fantastic new features that nobody else has. Would that recommendation factor into your decision to buy the product? Probably. Now, suppose the person works for the company that sells the product or has been paid by the company to tout the product. Would you want to know that when you're evaluating the person's glowing recommendation? You bet. That common sense premise is at the heart of the Federal Trade Commission's FTC endorsement guides. The guides, at their core, reflect a basic truth in advertising principle that endorsements must be honest and not misleading. An endorsement must reflect the honest opinion of the endorser and can't be used to make a claim the marketer of the product couldn't legally make. And then finally, here's a good resource from Plug and Law, legal requirements all YouTube creators should know. And this goes on to say why YouTube creators need to understand the FTC's endorsement guidelines. First, let's cover why it's important to know the FTC rules and the consequences for not following these rules. The Federal Trade Commission has endorsement guidelines which are meant to protect consumers from unfair or deceptive advertising. If you have any financial incentive for talking about a product or service, your viewer has the right to know. If you're a YouTube creator, it's important to know these rules. If you 1. Do sponsored videos on your YouTube channel, or 2. Use affiliate links in your description. If you don't follow these rules, you could be found to be in violation of the FTC Act and forced to give up any money you received from your violations. For YouTube creators, this could mean any ad revenue from the video, money received from the sponsor for the video, commissions received from the affiliate links, or any money received in connection with the violation. Who do the FTC's endorsement guidelines apply to? The FTC's endorsement guidelines apply to anyone with viewers in the U.S., even if you are not located in the U.S. If you have any subscribers or viewers in the U.S., these rules apply to you because they are meant to protect U.S. consumers. In regards to sponsored videos, it says, when is a disclosure required? A sponsored video is when a company gives you any kind of incentive to post a video. This could be cash, i.e. a company paying you a specified amount of money to post the video. That's the most obvious and clear-cut type of sponsored video. However, receiving something of value for free, i.e. a flight or a hotel stay in exchange for posting a video, would also be considered a sponsored video. Note that the FTC requires disclosures for other incentives you may receive in connection with a video. While some of these may not fit the definition of a sponsored video, the FTC still requires disclosure in these cases. These include: if you receive a product or service that you're reviewing for free, if you receive a product or service that you are reviewing for a discount. Even if the company doesn't explicitly say to you that you're receiving the product for free in exchange for mentioning it in a video, you still must disclose that you've received the product for free. Essentially, if there's any sort of incentive, you must disclose it so that the viewer has an opportunity to have a transparent understanding of the relationship between you as the content creator and the company behind the product or service. And so if you watch a lot of gear reviews, you'll see the little thing that pops up at the top of the screen at the beginning that says this video contains a paid promotion. So the video I did yesterday with the Hills, the Hero Les Paul style guitar, that guitar was sent to me by Hills. They didn't give it to me. I had to send it back. I'm sending it back this afternoon. Got it all boxed up and ready to go. They did send me a hat. I got a hat out of the deal, but no money exchanged hands. But yet I still checked the box that said paid promotion. Does this, contain any promotional exchange or sponsorships? And anytime that I've been sent, like I did the review on the X-Vive wireless guitar system, that X-Vive just sent, I mean, I haven't even showed it in my video. X-Vive sent me an email that said, hey, do you want to, you want us to send you this product? We'll send it to you for free. You do a review on it. And I said, sure. And that was basically it. There was no contract. They didn't tell me what to say. They didn't even, I'm assuming they saw my review, but they didn't even follow up later to see if I had actually done a review on it. And I know that I've watched like Glenn Fricker and some other of the bigger YouTubers, gear reviewers, guitar gear reviewers, and they have specifically said that this company wanted me to say what they wanted me to say, and so I turned them down. So the notion that if you get a pedal, you do a review on it, and then you turn around and sell it afterwards is dishonest, is completely wrong, because you don't have to disclose whether you sell that piece of gear or not. You have to disclose whether you're given the gear, in exchange for your review. That's the payoff. That's the payment. You are getting a piece of gear for free, and sometimes YouTubers, they want to get paid on top of that. So you're not only getting the gear, but you're also being paid for your time and paid, to make the promo. And so whether you keep the pedal or sell the pedal is pretty much irrelevant. It doesn't impact, your review is already done. So whether you sell it to make money off of it is beside the point. So that's not a scam. That's just, okay, if I buy this pedal and I like it, it doesn't mean I have to keep it. It doesn't negate my review by selling it. Just like the Hills Stratocaster style guitar that I bought. I bought it, but then Hills gave me some money off of it, and then one of my viewers also gave me some money towards it because they wanted me to review this brand of guitar. So I'm kind of on the fence about whether I'm keeping it or not, because, I got a ton of guitars. I don't necessarily need another guitar. It's a great guitar. Does the fact that I'm going to sell it to make a little bit of money to buy more gear negate the fact that I said that this was a great guitar? No, it doesn't. The payoff is the discount I got on it and the fact that Hills, sort of worked with me to do this video. So there's no scam going on. There's, I'm sure there are some reviewers out there that don't want to say anything negative about a sponsor that they have a really good relationship with. So there may be a tendency to maybe, color things on the positive side. That's completely possible. I'm not saying that that's not happening. I think from my experience that most guitar gear reviewers on YouTube are pretty honest. We try our best. We try to present things honestly. Some people have complained that, oh, the pedal sounds great on the review, and then when I buy it, it sounds like absolute trash. Well, we do try to make it sound as the best we can, but, I'm not going to take a pedal and do a review on it, but use audio from something else. To me, that would be considered a scam, because that you're purposely deceiving somebody. Whereas if you take a pedal and you plug it all in and you've got your audio sort of figured out, that's one thing that I kind of have problems with, is getting things to sound good. So there are a lot of variables. Are you going into an amp? Are you recording it with a microphone off the amp? Are you going DI out from the amp into your audio interface? Are you going from the pedal directly into the audio interface? Are you using amp models on your audio interface in conjunction with the pedal. So there's a lot of things that can impact about how a pedal sounds, you know. So you may not get the exact sound that the person that's doing the review is going to get. But that doesn't mean that, you know, that gear reviewers are purposely trying to deceive people. And I don't normally go off and rant about things because I think it doesn't serve a good purpose. The type of attention that you get from doing rants or accusing somebody of scamming or accusing somebody of ripping somebody off is not the kind of attention that you really want to bring to your channel. What you want to bring to your channel is, first of all, some fun and entertainment, and you want to try to give people some tools to, you know, make informed decisions. Or you just want to share, hey, I bought this pedal, I think it sounds really cool, here it is, here's a link, and if you buy it, I get a couple bucks. And if you're running a YouTube channel, you have to make some sort of income unless you're independently wealthy. This stuff does have a cost to it. It's not, you know, it's not cost-free to run a YouTube channel. Especially if you're a small channel and you don't have people sending you gear. And a lot of times the gear that people are sent, Glenn Fricker says this all the time, Music is Win says it all the time. You know, a lot of the bigger YouTubers with, you know, 500,000 million subscribers will say, they sent me this, I have to send it back. Just like the Hills guitar that I did the review yesterday. They just sent it to me, I have to send it back. If I wanted to keep it, I got to pay them $399 for it. So this idea that, you know, that we're just out to scam people, that we're out to purposely deceive people, that we're just raking in all this money from sponsorships and we got all this gear piled up because we're getting free stuff sent to us, it's just ludicrous. It's not true. And so I really kind of took exception, even though this YouTuber didn't name anybody by name, he kind of clumped us all into one group and basically said, we can't be trusted. So there you go. That's just something that I had to get off my chest. You know, it's not true. And, you know, the scam is not that we buy a pedal or that we get a pedal for free and we turn around and sell it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with selling the gear that we get, and we don't have to disclose whether we sell the gear or not. So that is not being deceptive, and that is not unfair to the viewer that we are, you know, that we're not disclosing that we sold the gear. What we have to disclose is if that gear was given to us in exchange for our testimonial. There you go. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.